Rohingya is a language spoken by the Rohingya people who come from Rakhine State, Myanmar. It is an Eastern Indo-Aryan language, which means it's related to many of the major languages in the Indian subcontinent. But its closest linguistic relative is Chittagonian or Chatgaya, spoken by people who live in the southeast region of Bangladesh. However, it is very different from Bangla, the national language of Bangladesh. Rohingya is an oral language with no standardized written form. This means that it has evolved over hundreds of years purely by people speaking to each other. There have been attempts to develop a script for Rohingya. People have tried using Arabic letters. People have tried using Latin letters. It's called Rohinglish. And there is a script called Hanifi that was uniquely developed for the Rohingya language. Despite these attempts, most Rohingya speakers have not adopted a written form of the language. All of this means the history of their people, culture, and their stories are written in other languages. Like many languages, Rohingya borrows terms from other languages. You will commonly hear terms borrowed from English, Urdu, Arabic, and Burmese used in everyday conversations. Rohingya is a tonal language. So, the subtleties of the tone can completely change the meaning of a word. For example, the word ga means body, or ga also means infection. Mastering tones can be very difficult for new learners of the language. Rohingya also has dialects. For example, a Rohingya person living in Mongdo Township will use different terminology to someone in Sitwe or Mrokyu. Rohingya people have lived in Bangladesh for many years. Some came as long ago as the 1970s. In 2017, more than 700,000 crossed the border from Myanmar. Rohingya people who have lived in Bangladesh for many years use different terminology to those who arrived in 2017. Language is like a sponge. People who have lived among their Chittagonian and Bangla-speaking neighbors have absorbed many terms from their languages, while those who arrived in Bangladesh more recently have absorbed terms from their neighbors back in Myanmar, who speak Rakhine, a language closely related to Burmese. And the Rohingya language continues to change, adapting to this new environment. So, to communicate effectively, it is really important that we do it in their language. That's how we ensure they have the information to make their own choices. Because language matters.